From blues to soul, the power of music and the fight for equality. Part of history worth watching to the end. Music has always been more than just sound. It's a language of emotion. It's a tool for connection and a powerful force for change. From the raw, soulful cries of the blues to the uplifting anthems of soul, music has played a pivotal role in the fight for equality. It has given voice to the voiceless, united communities in shared struggle, and inspired generations to rise up against injustice. Over the next 10 minutes, let's dive into this rich history and explore how music continues to be a driving force in humanity's quest for justice and equality. The story begins with the blues, a genre born out of pain and perseverance. Emerging in the late 19th century from the African-American experience in the Deep South, the blues was rooted in spirituals, work songs, and field hollers traditions that carried the weight of slavery in its aftermath. These songs were not just expressions of sorrow, they were acts of survival. The blues gave people a way to process their suffering, share their stories, and find strength in community. Billie Holiday's Strange Fruit is one of the most iconic examples of this tradition. With lyrics that painted a chilling picture of lynching trees in the South, the song forced listeners to confront the brutal reality of racial violence. Though subtle in its delivery, it carried an undeniable power, becoming one of the earliest protest songs to gain widespread recognition. Similarly, artists like Bessie Smith and Leadbelly used their platforms to highlight inequality, while celebrating Black culture through music that spoke directly to the heart. As the decades passed, the torch was passed to new genres. And by the mid-20th century, soul music had taken center stage in the civil rights movement. Rooted in gospel traditions, soul music infused activism with a sense of spirituality and urgency. It wasn't just about singing, it was about moving, both physically and emotionally. Sam Cooke's essay Change Is Gone. Come is perhaps one of the most enduring anthems of this era, written after Cooke experienced racial discrimination firsthand. The song captures both the frustration of injustice and the unwavering belief in progress. Its message resonated deeply with activists and ordinary citizens alike, becoming a rallying cry for the movement. Aretha Franklin's rendition of Respect also transcended its original meaning to become an anthem for women's rights and self-worth. Her commanding voice demanded recognition and dignity, echoing the sentiments of those fighting for equal treatment under the law. And there was James Brown, whose songs say it loud, "I'm Black. And I am proud," celebrated Black identity and pride at a time when society sought to diminish it. This track encouraged listeners to embrace their heritage and reject internalized oppression, further fueling the momentum of the Black Power movement. But the impact of music on the fight for equality doesn't stop there. As time went on, new genres emerged, each carrying forward the legacy of protest and resistance. Hip-hop, born in the Bronx in the 1970s, became a platform for marginalized voices to speak out against systemic racism, poverty, and police brutality. Public Enemy's Fight the Power is a prime example of this evolution. Released in 1989, the song became synonymous with resistance, using aggressive beats and incisive lyrics to call out systemic oppression and inspire a new generation of activists. Fast forward to today, and artists like Kendrick Lamar, Beyoncé, continue this tradition, addressing issues such as police brutality, systemic racism, and gender inequality through their lyrics and performances. Songs like Lamar's All Right, often referred to as the Black National Anthem, have become rallying cries during protests led by movements like Black Lives Matter. Meanwhile, Beyoncé's Formation celebrates Black culture while critiquing police violence, sparking conversations about race, power, and representation. What makes music such a potent force in the fight for equality? For one, it possesses a unique ability to transcend barriers, linguistic, cultural, and ideological. Music speaks directly to the heart, evoking empathy and understanding where words alone may fail. Whether sung in unison at rallies or streamed across digital platforms, music amplifies marginalized voices and fosters solidarity among diverse groups. It breaks down walls between individuals, creating spaces for dialogue and connection. Singing together fosters unity, whether at a march, a rally, or a concert. Music also serves as a form of historical documentation, preserving stories and memories so that the struggles and triumphs of past generations are not forgotten. In times of darkness, it offers comfort and inspiration, reminding us that we are not alone in our fight. Moreover, music bridges generations, linking the struggles of yesterday with the battles of today. Nina Simone's Mississippi Goddamn. Written in response to the murder of Medgar Evers and the Birmingham church bombing, remains relevant because it captures the anger and frustration of an era still grappling with racial injustice. Similarly, Bob Dylan's Blowin' in the Wind asks timeless questions about peace and freedom, questions that resonate just as strongly now as they did in the 1960s. These songs remind us that the fight for equality is ongoing. Music continues to play a vital role in keeping the flame alive. In conclusion, music is far more than entertainment. It's a tool for resistance, healing, and transformation. From the haunting refrains of blues to the uplifting energy of soul, it has given a voice to the oppressed, united communities, and inspired action. Artists throughout history have used their talents to challenge injustice, celebrate identity, and envision a better future. And as long as there are injustices to confront, there will be songs to sing and people ready to listen. So, what's your favorite song that speaks to the power of equality? What melody moves you to hope, to action, or to change? Because in the end, music reminds us that even in the face of oppression, our voices can rise, and they will be heard. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the power of music and the fight for equality. Let's carry these stories, these songs, and this spirit forward, ensuring that the rhythm of justice never stops playing.